Φίλοι και φίλες Euroleague, καλησπέρα σας. Ένα ακόμα μεγάλο παιχνίδι είναι πρώτων πυλών με τον Παναθηναϊκό να υποδέχεται την Ανατολού Εφές στο κλειστό του ΟΑΚΑ και εμείς έχουμε τη χαρά και την τιμή να φιλοξενούμε έναν από τους πιο επιδραστικούς και έναν από τους καλύτερους παίχτες της διοργάνωσης, όχι μόνο φέτος, αλλά και την τελευταία πενταετία. Ο λόγος φυσικά για τον Σέιν Λάρκιν. Σέιν, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
And first of all, let's start about the last game of Anadolu Efes in Euroleague. How was to be part of such a historic game like that against Real Madrid?
I mean, obviously losing a game, no matter how long the game is, never feels good. But you know, to be part of history in the first game such as that against a historic club like that, obviously is an honor. People will look back at that game for years and years to come, and you know there are a lot of great performances in that game, but. You never want to come out on the losing side of something like that. I think if we would have won, we probably would have felt a lot better about it. But you know, definitely a great game for the fans, and probably one of the better games in Euroleague history, for sure.
You broke some records through the years. You set some new records. Did you imagine a day that you can be the guy with the most minutes on the floor? Because you played 53 minutes.
Yeah, you know. You never would imagine ever playing that many minutes in any game, but you know, I've been working really hard this year, and to be able to be out there and play that many minutes and you know fight with my team and try to get that win was an honor, was a blessing, and thankfully made it out of there healthy. And you know, Euroleague's a long season, and now we just got to continue to go ahead and try to get some good wins.
New game ahead of you against Panathinaikos. You faced them once, you beat them in Turkey. How difficult and how different game you expect on Tuesday?
I mean, I think it'll be very much the same, but obviously a different atmosphere for us. You know, we're going to come in here. The fans have been great here all season, so there's going to be, you know, 15,000-20,000 fans in here screaming at the top of their lungs. Their team's playing well lately, so there's going to be a lot of energy against us as opposed to for us, so that would definitely be different. Last time we played, we had a lot of injuries. We got some people back, some people healthy, so we'll be able to give them different looks. So it'll be similar, but obviously adding some different players in here and there and adding a different atmosphere altogether would change the dynamics of the game. But I expect it to be a tough game. You know, both teams trying to continue to go on their path. They're playing well. They want to continue that. We're on a losing streak. We want to end that. So it's going to be a competitive game, intense on both sides, and we'll see who wins.
Facing your former coach at Efes, Erγκίν Αταμάν, gives you an extra boost or an extra motivation or an extra sauce going to the game tomorrow?
Yeah, of course. Whenever you play against a former coach or former teammates or you know a former club that you used to play for, there's always that additional you know chip on your shoulder going into those games. And obviously playing against Ataman, a guy who you know I've had a lot of success with. We played together for 5 years in Efes. We accomplished many things. Obviously, he's going to want to win that game against his former club, and we want to beat him because he left our club and went to a new one. So at the end of the day, both sides want to win really badly. There's some additional chips on both sides' shoulders, on top of it already being a good competition. So it'll definitely be an interesting game for sure.
How can you describe your relationship with Coach Ataman?
I mean, we had a lot of success together. I know he respects me. He respects me as a player. I respect him as a coach. He was definitely one of the people that gave me the platform to be able to grow into, you know, the player that I am today. He gave me the minutes, he gave me the opportunities. So at the end of the day, I have to have a lot of respect for that. And, you know, he should on his end, you would have to ask him, but I think he should obviously respect what we've done together as well, winning 2 championships together the year before. We all got to Efes, being in last place, and then kind of growing that culture and growing that winning team that we built in 5 years in Efes. So, you know, we don't have the buddy-buddy personal relationship, but I don't really think he has that with many players. He kind of keeps it business, and that's just who he is. But there's definitely a mutual respect there, and you know, obviously when he left Efes, I wish him the best of luck on wherever he went, and I'm sure he still wants the best for a lot of the players that he coached as well.
You faced him in Euroleague. If you had the opportunity to be your coach once again, or to face him again in Greek, especially with Olympiacos, because this is a rivalry, you would like to pick, if it was up to you 100%, you would like to coach by Coach Ataman or to be against him?
That's a setup question. I can't answer that one. You know, obviously I'm very happy where I am in Ephes. I have a lot of respect for Panathinaikos, a lot of respect for Olympiacos. Played against them many times, played against the fans here many times over the years. One of the best basketball cultures in this country, you know, Greece altogether. So I have equal amount of respect for both clubs, and you know, whatever the future has in order, who knows what that is, but I can't pick one of those sides. I'll get crucified if I did.
Well, let's talk about Panathinaikos once again. You will face Kostas Loukas, one of the most consistent playmakers in Euroleague through the years, and Kendrick Nunn, a new addition for the team. What stood out to you about their backcourt?
You know, obviously they're both guys that are playing at a high level. Slukas has been doing it for many years, like you said, and Kendrick just came over here a couple months ago, and he's learning the game, and he's growing each and every game. So they're both very talented players, and they playing within Ataman's system. You know, it's an up-tempo offense where you have a lot of freedom to play with the ball, play pick and rolls, and kind of, you know, be yourself. And I think both of those guys are having a lot of success within it. So we just got to be focused as a team. You know, wherever they are on the floor, we have to try to take away what they like to do best, and you know, play team defense, and you know, try to take away their strengths and make them struggle in groups as opposed to playing so freely.
Speaking about Coach Chan, can you see similarities between him and Coach Ataman and the way their system fits on you?
You know, they have some similarities within it, where it's a lot of pick and roll dominated stuff, but they also have a lot of differences. You know, Ataman has more of a, you know, hands-off approach. He kind of lets the players go out there and do what they want, and you know, he kind of calls sets here and there, but he kind of lets the guys go out there and kind of feel the game and read the game. Whereas, you know, Coach Erdem is a little bit more hands-on. He wants a little bit more control with what's going on with the team. He wants to have more input on the plays, more on the defensive schemes and stuff like that. So I would say they have differences within their approach and differences within their schemes and their strategies. But at the end of the day, both great coaches, and you know, they just operate in different ways.
And you know the atmosphere here at ΟΑΚΑ, how crazy the Panathinaikos fans are. How you like to play in such a warm atmosphere and courts like this?
I mean, it would be great, and it always is great playing here. And I think, you know, over the years, I think maybe my 1 year in Baskonia, they had a great atmosphere. But you know, they've, you know, not been that good of a team over the last, you know, 3-4 seasons. But this year, they're getting back to their winning ways, and you can see how the fans are really appreciating it. You know, and it was amazing. I think one of the last home games, the fans stayed and were singing songs after the games, and the players came out and were singing with the fans. And I don't think, since I've been in Europe, I don't think I've seen that atmosphere here in ΟΑΚΑ. And to see that, you know, was amazing. And you know, you always want to have fans like that supporting you. And I think those players are really appreciating it at this moment. And you know, having this club be, you know, one of the better clubs in Euroleague is very important for the league, because the fans deserve it. And you know, what Ataman has been able to bring here and bring that fan support and bring that excitement back to this club is, you know, it's great to see. And you know, it's definitely going to be a great atmosphere tomorrow, and I can't wait to see, you know, all the fans in here, and you know, probably put on a good show.
And the last couple of questions will be from the fans, because basketball fans sent us some questions for you. And the first one is your opinion about Coach Vasilis Spanoulis. You faced him in Euroleague. You execute Spanoulis' play in the game against Real. What's your opinion about him?
I mean, obviously one of the best players of all time in this league. You know, just a stone cold killer, clutch player, a guy that knew how to win, was a great leader, and you know, was really the face of those Olympiacos teams that were at the top of the league for years. So somebody you can admire, somebody who, you know, embodied everything that it did to become a champion, and you know, definitely somebody that I looked to in my early years in Europe as somebody that I wanted to try to, you know, chase his goals and his accolades and try to have some similar type of career of him.
And the last question from Johnny: what affects most on your game this season? The loss of Vasilije Micic or the loss of Erγκίν Αταμάν?
I mean, I don't think you can choose one of them. You know, at the end of the day, every game I ever played with Vasa, Ataman was my coach. And every game that Ataman coached me, Vasa was my teammate. So, you know, I don't think there was one part of that puzzle that you can kind of take away and it has the same level of success. Obviously, I'm on the court with Vasa, so we kind of have to read the game, feel the game out more on the court. But at the end of the day, you know, the coach is, you know, the head of the snake. The coach puts players in the game, subs people out, puts the system in, puts the plays in, playing time, and all those kind of things. So At the end of the day, without Ataman, maybe me and Vasa don't have that chemistry, and without Vasa, maybe me and Ataman don't have that chemistry. So, you know, I think those are three pieces of a triangle that you can't take one away and have the same amount of success. We'll never know because, you know, we didn't, you know, have those opportunities, any one of us. But, you know, I think what we created over those 5 years was something very special for all of us. And I think we're always going to appreciate that and, you know, for years to come, remember those years as some of the best of our careers.
Shane, thank you very, very much for your time.
Thank you.